What happened to you?
Carpal tunnel surgery. Did it work?
Yeah, I can feel good, but I don't know how well. Mr. Weidman, you and the defendant were friends for a while. Are those prescription glasses, sir? Yes, ma'am. You and the defendant were friends for several years. 5 or 6 years, yes. And according to you, you do jewelry, make jewelry part-time. I'm an electrician by trade. It's a little hobby on the side. And you had a ring that he liked, and you agreed to make one for him. Yes. And had you discussed a price with him? Yes, he was going to pay me $700 and trying to wrap it up within 3 to 6 months. There was no set payment plan. And you made him the ring? Yes, and Judge Judy, did you give it to him? Yes, Judge Judy. And did he pay you for it? No, Judge Judy. So that's why you're here? Yes. Larry, he got the ring back. Judge Judy, you gave it to him? Yes, he came pounding on my door wanting his ring back, and I had it appraised for $300. He wanted $700. Just a second. So I gave him the ring back. He's lying. That's not so. I would be going through all this right now if he gave me back the ring. No, not true. Why is he asking for $20,600 and not asking for the ring back? Because he's already got the ring back. He's just suing for a verbal agreement. Which I had nothing, he never said anything about that. He gave it to me as a gift. This man has stayed, why would he, in my house, used my washer, dryer, ate my food, drank my booze, never charged him a penny. Audience laughing. So what do you think and now he wants, so what do you think this is, $2,600 for a $300 ring? Forget $2,600. But assuming, sir, that you were close enough for him to live in your home, right? Why would you think that at this point he's suing you? He's mad about something, I don't know. He wants money. I don't know what it is. Tell me. I don't know what kind of delusion she's having. Larry laughing. I've never lived at his house for one. You stayed at my house. I've went by many times. Stop lying. A couple times and spent the night a few times. We've gone out drinking together, and he's never given me that ring back or I wouldn't be at this stage of the game. Let me see the ring. Sir, you say that you have one that was just like it? Charlie. Yes, ma'am. May I see it, please? He's got 3 of them like it. Not the appraisal. Sir, do you have the ring? Judge Judy. Just take off the ring. Let me see it. I want to give her this paperwork too. I'm not interested in your appraisal. The appraisal is really not important. Well, that is a handsome piece. Is the one that you made for him similar? Charlie, exactly. Larry. Excuse me, can I say something? Yeah? He didn't make it for me. He had 3 of them the same thing that he already had. He didn't make anything for me. Okay. Then he gave it to me as a gift. Well, tell me how it came about, sir, according to you. Well, he comes over all the time, used to. And just sit around and have a few beers and drink and stuff. I've always admired the ring, and he said, Here, you can have it. You must have had a fight about something. Larry, no. Something doesn't. Here's the ring. Sit right with me. No, it doesn't sit right because every word out of his mouth's a lie at this stage of the game. Oh, that's what you say. Judge Judy shushing. I knocked on his door, wanted the ring back. There was this girl named Kelly. They weren't dating at the time. We went to Ojai to go have a drink. Me and her girlfriend, we had a real bad time that night, and so she came back. That's why you're suing for $2,600? Hey, don't talk to him, it's irritating. Okay. So at the time that you went for a drink with Kelly and her friend in Ojai, yes. He wasn't around? Yes. And something happened when you were out there having a drink? Right. Had you already given him this ring? Oh, yes. Okay. How much before? Approximately a month. Okay. So approximately a month, you have a drink in Ojai with a girl he's dating and her friend? That's a little bit incorrect. He was not dating her at the time. She used me to, Larry laughing, start dating him. And then he decided in his own mind that, you took out somebody I wanted to see, and I'm going to keep the ring. And that's exactly what happened. Then if he could sit up here with a straight face and tell you that I gave him a ring. I've never given a woman a ring. And on top of that, I'm sleeping with him. Audience laughing. That's a good thing. That's pretty bizarre for him to even say that. Well, I've never given anybody a $700 item in my life. Mr. Weidman, the reason, quite frankly, sometimes if people are really good friends, Mr. Weidman, don't get excited, please, sir. And don't shift from foot to foot. Gavel thumping. Dramatic music. If you're a really good friend of his, it's not so bizarre that if you had several of these, even if you just had one of these and he said, I really love that, bet you might not take it off and say, I want it to please you. I have to. I'm not financially able to give him a $700 item. Okay. Now you charge $700 for the ring? Charlie, right. Because there's $700 worth of gold here? There's approximately about $450, Judge, worth of gold. Because it's a heavy ring. Right, 26? 25 ounces. But the other couple of $100 is for your labor in making it? Right. Now, the only thing that I have to determine is whether you gave him back this ring, and I can't understand why he would be here. If you gave him back the ring... Sir, money, that's all I can figure. Your Honor, I make $1,000 a week. I'm a union electrician. I make $30.45 an hour. I have my pay stubs right here, and believe me, it's not money. Then why are you asking $2,600 for a $700 ring? Because I have the ring, it was like $700. The cost coming from the Bay Area, I estimated about 200 miles. It's a 800-mile round trip. Lost wages at $30.45 an hour. 2 days is $487. The appraisal was $50. The process server was $115. Mr. Bonner had to take off work today at $27 an hour times 4. What's he doing here? He's the witness that a few months later that Mr. Torres still possessed this ring. I figured he was going to start this today. Step up here. Sir, tell me your name. Richard Bonner. Mr. Bonner, how do you know Mr. Torres? He's done some work for me. What do you know about this ring? Richard, I've seen it. When was the last time you saw it on Mr. Torres? Oh, I think it was March when he was doing some work for me. Judge, how do you remember it? He's done more work for me since then, Mr. Torres. It is not common sense that you gave him back the ring and he goes to the trouble of serving you with summons, which cost him money having the ring appraised, which costs him money if in fact he had the ring in his possession. That just doesn't make sense to me. Sir, well, I don't have the ring, so I don't know what to tell you. What you may not have it. But I don't believe that you gave it back to him. I did give it back to him. I don't believe it. So I believe that you did not, in fact, return the ring to him. That doesn't mean that you still have it. I don't know what you did with it. Only you know what you did with it, and you didn't return it to him. Now, Mr. Weidman, I know you're suing for $2,600, and the truth of the matter is, I'm not going to give you $2,600. I'm going to give you the $700 that you say you agreed on with this gentleman to pay for the ring. I also think that that gave you somewhat of a profit. You said that there was Larry, quite a good profit, I'm speaking. That the gold in the ring itself was worth about $500 maximum. According to you, Mr. Torres was in fact a friend of yours. I don't see why you shouldn't charge him something. Because you did use your skill in making the ring, and if that's the way you do business with your friends, that's your business. But I'm certainly not going to give you a windfall of $2,600. Sir, so the judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $700, that's all. Dramatic music.